Coach, your defense is second in the nation in tackles for a loss. You set a program record with 78, passed the record set last year. Obviously, that's a point of emphasis. Get into the backfield, get after the quarterback, get after the running back. But how are you able to bring that over? You had the success in Incarnate Word. Now you're having the same success at Texas State. Is it just the guys you put in there? Is it the system? What goes into that defense?
Yeah, it's a system, but it's how you recruit to the system. It's how you play up front. We play vertical up front. You got to have the guys to do that. When we came in, we had to recruit some longer D linemen and bigger guys inside, and but it's you get what you demand, and we demand to play vertical and aggressive, and play in the backfield within the defense. So proud of those guys of where we stand right now. I didn't even know it was a school record, but proud of those guys. And that was our goal. Obviously, it's not the goal just to set TFLs. It's what comes from that. Obviously, get them to longer situations, get them to passing downs. And now we have to do a better job of getting off the field on third down, which we had the last couple of weeks. But that's the whole goal, is to get them behind the chains on TFLs, and then get them to a passing situation and get off the field.
That was a passing offense that came into that game. They were number one in passing offense in the Sun Belt, and guys held them in check pretty well. Was it something you game planned looking at them, or was it just you just abided by your system?
No, we changed some coverages on them. Going into the game, we knew that quarterback was really good. They wanted to throw the ball. Coming into halftime, I think he had 38 yards passing, which I was super proud of our guys. But we changed some looks on him, gave him different fronts, different looks. Try to confuse him at times. Try to get him out of the try to muddy up his reads, his RPO windows. I thought our guys, and that's what I told them on Sunday, I thought our guys handled that game plan about as well as I've seen all year. They understood what they were trying to get done on offense and what we were trying to get done on defense, just schematically, and then really playing throughout the game of what we got to take away and make that quarterback make some bad decisions.
Looking ahead at Coastal this week, it's up in the air who their quarterback's going to be. It doesn't seem like it's going to be McCall. Maybe you guessed it may be Vasco. How does that change your approach, or does it change your approach?
It's a unique approach when you don't know the quarterback is. Obviously, McCall is a fantastic player, can run their entire offense. Number 7 came in and beat Marshall. I thought he played really well. He's really talented, great arm talent, can run, had a couple explosive runs. He leaves that game, looks like a shoulder injury. That's what it looked like on film. Does not play, last week. And then 16 comes in the game, and he's a big guy that can run as well. So they all bring their own dynamic. You almost had to come out of today's practice and prepare for multiple offenses. You don't know quite what you're going to get, which is tough on our guys. They got to be focused, and we kind of got to get into the game and see what they're giving us. But they're a fantastic offense. They're top 30 offense in the country. They're used to winning. They got really good players. Quarterbacks are good. Tailbacks by committee, they're all really talented. Their receiver is about to break an NCAA record with one more reception. I think that'd be 55 games straight. And then 14, their slot receiver is he does it all for them. He can really get open in space, and with the ball in his hand, he's special. So there's a reason why they're top of the country in offense, and whoever the quarterback is, it looks like the system keeps on chugging along.
Last Saturday, just being on the field as Texas State clinched that 6th win, just what was the emotions that you were kind of feeling, guys, especially considering the celebration that was on the field and then later at the river and all that stuff?
First and foremost, so excited for our guys. What I told them, really the message going into the game was like, guys came to mind like Rebels. Rebels has been here a long time, has not had that opportunity to go to a bowl, had the opportunity to leave if he wanted. He decided to stay, and pregame we talked about that. We're playing for guys like that. So just super excited for the guys to get an opportunity to play in a bowl. Super excited for the fans that got to celebrate with us that were at the game. And just everybody part of the program. I think it's a big stepping stone, but that's what it is. We still got to go win games, and we could make this season really, really special. We got to go on the road and get it done.
With Velasco being like a mobile quarterback, something we've talked about, what are the challenges of trying to contain mobile quarterbacks like that?
It becomes 11-on-11 football. When he's a true runner, you got to get everybody involved. So it's not where you can sit back with a post safety or 2 high safeties. If he takes off, everybody's playing. So They still have some of their triple option, their option ties from what they were a year ago. So you get multiple offenses. What they decide to do, we'll have to find out on Saturday. But when the quarterback's a runner, it's 11 on 11, and that's what makes it tough, and that's why they're so good on offense.
It feels like this defense kind of has finally found its footing these past 3 games. Do you feel like this defense is moving in the right direction?
I do. I think they had probably their most complete game, I would say, last weekend. And we just got to continue on. I think they understand how, I heard Coach Kenny just mention how good this league is. Every week is a great challenge. This league is very good with a lot of talent, well-coached teams. So you got to bring it every week. And when you don't, you'll be disappointed. So, the last time we were on the road, I thought against ULL, we didn't tackle well that week. So we got to be willing to tackle and throw our bodies around on the road against a really good running football team.
We saw Josh Eaton playing it looked like that star position, maybe safety. Wasn't that corner? It was Chris Mills, that one. What went into that change? What was
Well, really, he ended up just coverage we were in. He ended up on the roof as a safety. It was an adjustment in a coverage. So he ended up on the he was really our rover safety during that coverage, and he ended up making a great tackle coming out of middle field. So it was great to see his physicality coming down and tackling the running back right there. So it was just an adjustment within a coverage.
Brian Holloway with that interception. Obviously the pressure was on Davis the whole game, and that pressure led to that interception. But how nice is that to see your middle linebacker kind of make an athletic play, jump up and get a pick?
Yeah, I mean, he's having a fantastic year. He just broke down the team today because he brings it every day. I mean, the way he practices, it's like it's day one all over again. So the way he practices to be rewarded with the plays, that's how it happens. You practice good habits, you practice really hard, you get rewarded with plays on the game day. He takes coaching. He understood we got to drop really deep. And when it wasn't quick game for Georgia Southern, it was going to be deep down the field throws. So, I mean, he's 15 yards down the field covering an over route. So proud of him just going into the game with film study and understanding where he had to be at that certain time and the pressure getting there and forcing the quarterback to make a bad decision, and he capitalized on it. It was a tough catch, but he came down with it. So proud of him. I think that's his second one of the year. So he needs a couple more.
You were just talking about Revels being here for a while and choosing to stay. Same deal with Holloway. Hadn't been here as long, but choosing to come back. There's been a lot of guys that you inherited on this defense. A.J. Edwards, Ben Bell. There's guys all across the board that have really been a big factor with this defense. How important is that for you to get those guys to buy in like this? Even though you're new coaches and they were with the old coaches, what is that process like in building that relationship with those guys to trust you and trust your scheme?
Yeah, that was the first thing. This is a people business. So when we got hired, you call the guys like Holloway. The first 2 calls I made were Holloway and AJ. So trying to get them to stay and trusting in me and believing in me and believing in the staff and what we can accomplish here. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can do it here. So it was building that relationship, and AJ's been playing fantastic the last couple of weeks. And again, that's why you coach, to see those guys' success in big games and the success as a team. Just proud of them. But it all comes down to the trust and their belief, and it's not overnight. There's going to be some bumpy times, and this is how we do things. This is the standard. But finally, you finally get that belief, and with success comes more belief. So, and Revels, the guy, he's kind of in the same realm as Holloway. The guy brings it every day at practice. So to reward him with a postseason, that's a great accomplishment for us as a coaching staff.